I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about why do people do toxic things? Well, we're going to do a bunch of videos on toxic behavior because many of you guys that are going through a breakup will realize that there was toxic behavior in your relationship. Now, of course, it's a continuum, and some of you guys may have only had some incidences, and some of you guys may find that there was a lot of toxic behavior to the point where it was abusive. So we're going to do some different videos on it, and today we're going to be talking about why do people do these things, because it really doesn't make any sense logically why they would do those things until you really start to look deep at what happened to somebody and why they act like this in their relationship, right? Because there is a root to the problem.
Oh yes, most people don't set out to be awful people. They really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to talk about why do toxic people do toxic things. What are toxic things?
What are toxic things?
Toxic things are poisonous things. I think that's what the word really means, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if we talk about something as toxic, that's a pretty bad thing. I know, I always think of kind of sulfuric acid or something really awful like that.
Mm-hmm. The handwritten letter, that's pretty toxic.
That's pretty toxic, yeah. And if you grew up in a toxic family, and there are toxic families, then it's easy for you to grow to adulthood and be toxic yourself or find partners who are either used to toxic or also toxic, okay? Because remember, we're drawn to the familiar.
Yes.
But what toxic behavior really means is that you trap somebody in a place where it feels good for you to have them. I know this person is always here for me when I come home from work at night. And whenever I need anything, this person is always here for me. So I need to have this person right here on this shelf, metaphorically, where I can easily access them and their emotional goodies whenever I want.
So essentially, in a way, it's like using someone for an object.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, if I decided you were a nice object to have on my bookshelf, and you started to complain about being on my bookshelf all the time, what would I do? I would tell you that no one else will ever want you on their bookshelf except me, so you better stay there.
Yep.
So what
That's
happens?
a good way to keep you on the bookshelf.
That's right. So
or make you feel guilty about leaving.
Absolutely. I don't know what I would do if you weren't there on my bookshelf, but you'd find out if you tried to get off. So what happens is the toxic person tries to stop any escape or moving of position of this person whose presence they need right there, that they're used to it. All right, so if you try to grow, if you want to go get a job, if you want to go back to school, if you want to do any of those things, I'm liable to become anxious.
That's right.
And tell you that you can't go to school because you could meet other toxic people there. No, I'm not going to say that. You could meet other wonderful people there just like me, and I couldn't tolerate that.
So it's out of fear.
It's out of fear, absolutely. It's ultimately out of an abandonment fear. But it's very cruel and very hurtful for the person who is in this relationship. Now, the people who are toxic know somewhere in their heart of hearts that they're not nice, okay? So they live in constant fear of being left because somewhere they know that their partner or whoever they're with should really leave them.
Yeah.
Okay, they know that.
Yeah.
And so they go to all kinds of lengths to try and keep you in the position where you cannot or don't do that. So they can threaten you, no one else will ever want you. You'll never do well on any other bookshelf. Nothing will go right for you. You're not able to go back to school and learn stuff and go get a job. You need to stay right there on the bookshelf where I want you. But I can really end up making you feel awful for even thinking about wanting to go out and meet any of your own needs. Okay?
And because they're in such a desperate state,
Yeah.
they will say and do whatever they have to keep you where they
there.
want you.
Right, absolutely. They will threaten suicide, they will threaten to leave you, they will threaten all kinds of things. All right? And what kind of people is the toxic partner drawn to? Nice, open-hearted people who will be good to them and who are so nice they would feel really guilty about leaving them. Okay? And I think that the new information on toxicity and toxic people has been adopted by the domestic violence folks out there, which I think oftentimes describes the reasons for domestic violence. Okay? I'm terrified that I might lose you. I know ultimately that you should walk out on me, but I would die if that happened. So I will isolate you so you only get feedback from me, and I'll tell you you're a terrible person.
And, let me jump in there for a
Yes.
second. One of the things that we teach you guys is people will often make you feel how they feel. So think about how terrible they try and make you feel to keep you where they want you.
Right.
That's a good indication of how they're feeling.
That's good. That's great. Great.
And that's why they're doing it to you.
That's why they're doing it to you. All the while, they're telling you they love you. Okay? And that's where the sort of logical disconnect kind of comes into it. Okay? That you begin to feel like, what? You just said you loved me, and then you just told me, nobody else would ever want me. I'm a terrible person. My cooking is miserable. Even my children don't like me. I mean, we went on and on and on.
Yeah.
So eventually, people begin to figure out that it doesn't add up. But it's love that doesn't let you grow isn't love. It's something else altogether.
Yes.
And if you try to work with people who are in one of these relationships, and you say to them, love, what do you mean you love him? He just did this, this, and this to me. Oh, but he explained he was only trying to protect me from the outside world. And so it will always be disguised kind of, I did this because I love you. I'm afraid of those other guys out there. And you're so nice and you're so sweet. Anybody could take advantage of you, so I need to keep you right here.
Yeah.
And love should not feel funny. Love should feel like love. If love feels limiting or if it hurts, then there's something wrong with this picture. Okay? But I just saw something on TV over the weekend that said if you say something often enough, people start to believe it. Well, that's one of the reasons why oftentimes abusers will isolate their partners.
Yep.
So if I tell you, you'll never do well on anybody else's bookshelf often enough, you will come to believe it.
Yep.
All right.
And then without your friends or family to give you feedback,
Give
saying,
you a different
that's
message,
not healthy,
right?
this isn't true,
Yeah.
you're a wonderful person,
Yeah.
and people would love to be with you or whatever. It's the control of the abusive person keeps you from, incorporating any feedback that
Any
might
other
get you to
feedback, right.
leave them. Yeah.
Right. So they can leave you absolutely shattered and with no self-esteem at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. And I know someone personally right now who's in a situation like that, and she said, all the time her husband says, just this one time, can we not have your family come over this week? But it's never just this one time, Okay.
Wow.
So there's installment number 1
Okay.
on toxicity.
Understanding what we just talked about is a good way for you to figure out somebody's behavior. And if you've seen toxic behavior from a partner, an ex, or
A friend.
yeah, you know that despite how they're acting and maybe they're boasting or acting like they're confident and
Yeah.
they know all the answers, they're really terrified inside and they're scared of losing you. And so they're all of their behavior is to try and manipulate you and get you to do what they want you to do.
To keep you right where they need you, right at the closeness distance place where they like it best.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they can't go on without your energy.
Absolutely.
And one of the one of the metaphors that they use is think about it as being in a box. A healthy relationship can make the box bigger if you want to go back to school and go out and get a job and work on your own well-being and growth. But a toxic box is very small and there's no room for any changes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you try to make any, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we're going to do some more videos on toxic behavior soon.
Okay.
And so hopefully this is a good introduction for you guys on toxic behavior, and maybe you can start to think about your life. And if you want to share toxic behavior you've seen from one of your partners or maybe your ex in the comment section, Margaret and I would like to see that.
We'd love to hear it. Absolutely.
So, of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching. I do Skype. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Yes, I am, and I'm a little more available than I have been in recent weeks and can get you in faster.
So just click on Margaret on the top of the website to sign up with her. Put a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the little bell. That way you're notified when our newest video comes out. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.